Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Saturday. Welcome in, Barry. How are you? Calvin's right here by my side. Hey, Cal. We got 9 in the house. Say hello if you're in. Calvin, stay here, buddy. Hey, Todd Saw, welcome. How are you? Happy Saturday evening. Impromptu live. Figured it's kind of low key here. Figured we'd go live and have a little fun. Hey, Sock, how are you? Welcome in. Hey, Ravi, how are you? Welcome. Calvin, come here, buddy. You're not going to the treat spot. My dog's at the treat spot. Good to hear. No problem, Allison. Thank you for stopping in. Hope you have a good evening. But yeah, definitely take off when you have to and when you're tired. This is a impromptu live. Figured we would just come on. We're gonna do a little music trivia with the help of the internet. Hey, Angela, how are you? Welcome in. Happy Saturday. Calvin is, it's all good. I'll flip the camera around for a second. Calvin is, give me 1 minute. There he is. I'll zoom in a little bit. I have the phone on the tripod today, so things should be pretty stable. Calvin, what's up, buddy? Hey, Becky, welcome. How are you? Yeah, he wants treats. All right, I'll go grab him one. I'll bring it in this room. All right, Calvin, come on. All right, come here. On the couch. No, that couch. That couch, come on. All right, hold on, let's... Calvin, wait, sit. Calvin. Hey, Ann, how are you? Welcome. Hey, Mr. Apollo, welcome in. Hey, Troy, how are you? Welcome. Great live stream earlier. A lot of fun. Calvin's drooling all over me. It's disgusting. All right, Calvin, that's it. That's it. You're done. You're done for now, okay? People can watch you on the camera while we play a little trivia. Who else is in here? Let's see. Calvin, come here, buddy. I think I've said hi to everybody who's in. Mr. Apollo, good morning. Where are you from, Mr. Apollo? Calvin, come here, buddy. You're done with treats for now. No, over here. Well, if he's not going to be in the picture frame, I guess we'll put me in. So, happy Saturday, everybody. Yes, hit that like button, everybody. That would be fantastic. I would appreciate that. 17 in the house. You got some ginger snaps. There you go. Oh, he came back. All right, there we go. He's eating his the octopus. So we'll do a little bit of trivia. This is just going to be for fun. With the help of the internet, I pulled up a music quiz. And there's 105 questions. We probably won't get through all of them, obviously, but we will go through as many as we can. And we'll see how you guys do. Yes, Becky, Calvin's being a little social, finally. All right, let's start with the first question. So these are 105 music trivia questions and answers. And I didn't even look at all the questions. I saw the first one. Hey, Kevin, hiking with Jackie boy, welcome in. All right, here's the first question. What singer has had a Billboard #1 hit in each of the last 4 decades? What singer has had a Billboard #1 hit in each of the last 4 decades? Hey, Megan, how are you? Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. This is Calvin. Calvin's 5 years old, and he's a Boston Terrier. Hey, Calvin Farrell. Your name's Calvin, too. Welcome. So Becky says share. Let's see what else we got. KMAC Project says Jackson, unless he's saying hi to somebody named Jackson. Hey, James, how are you? Welcome. Oh, Megan's name is Lexi. Okay, Lexi. Welcome, Lexi. Todd says George Strait. Anybody else got guesses? Angela says Mariah Carey. Any other guesses? Ravi says Dolly Parton. I'll give you guys another minute to put in guesses. We got 28 in the house, 13 thumbs up. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate that. Todd Saw says Beyonce after saying George Strait. All right, another 15 seconds. Do you have any kids? I just want to say hi then because you're 9. Okay. Most of the folks in here are adults, but we're a good group and we keep things clean. So you're welcome to participate. Rebecca Homespun says Conway. Welcome, Rebecca. It is an individual. All right. Well, obviously, there's a lot of questions. So somebody in the chat did get the answer correct. Todd, sorry, it wasn't you, but Miss Angela from Adventure America got it correct. The answer is Mariah Carey. Crazy that she's got music for 4 decades. It's nuts. Do I have any kids? No, I do not. I just have a dog. All right, next question. What was Freddie Mercury's real name? What was Freddie Mercury's real name? Todd Saw. Surprised she has one #1 hit. She was pretty popular. Alfredo says Farouk Bulsara. Something like that. Welcome in, Alfredo. I didn't say hi to you earlier. Megan, yeah, I can't let you take them, but you can look at them. Rebecca said that's a hard one. What is Freddie Mercury's real name? I didn't remember his real name, but I can tell you where he was born. He was born in Zanzibar, which is kind of cool. But I forgot his real name. I would have had to look it up. Alfredo is correct. The answer is Farouk Bulsara. All right, this next question is pretty easy, I think. I think you guys should get this. Who was the first American Idol winner? The first American Idol winner. Hey, Kim, welcome. Hey, DJ, how are you? Welcome in. Hey, the Muddy Gee, welcome in. Got some answers coming in. DJ says Calvin was. Calvin wasn't born, unfortunately. Ravi says Clay Aiken. We got a bunch of Kelly Clarksons. Yeah, that one was an easy one. You guys are correct. Kelly Clarkson is the answer. Right, Calvin? Kelly Clarkson was the answer? Yeah? Kelly Clarkson? Yeah, you're staring at me. I know. You're staring at me. I got it. Can I have a high five? One more. High five. Can I have a high five? All right, thank you. Megan, what did you say your answer was? I'm sorry, I missed it. Let's see. Yes, you got it correct, Megan. The answer is Kelly Clarkson. Nice job, everybody. All right, next question. Okay, which member of the Avengers had a brief stint as a pop star? Which member of the Avengers had a brief stint as a pop star? What is Cal's toy? It's the octopus that Trish Ferreira gave us in that big package. He's like kind of ripping apart at the legs. Yeah, here you go, buddy. Hey, Jen, how are you? Hey, Larry, welcome. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Yeah, the octopus is about to lose a leg. The lobster, Cal ripped apart the lobster shell. That was the first toy that he ripped apart. Rebecca says Thor. She says, I don't know, LOL. This one's hard. I have no idea. I'll read the question one more time. Which member of the Avengers had a brief stint as a pop star? You're not sure who's in the Avengers. Yeah, I don't blame you. I didn't really know the answer either. All right, this one's hard. We'll skip it. The answer is Brie Larson. I don't even know who that is. Does anybody know who that is? Hey, Danny, how are you? Happy Saturday. When Larry Singh says Wonder Woman. Yeah, I have no idea who Brie Larson is. All right, on to the next question. Okay, what pop star wrote songs for Ariana Grande, Miley Cyrus, Britney Spears, and Alice Cooper? What pop star wrote songs for Ariana Grande, Miley Cyrus, Britney Spears, and Alice Cooper? Todd says, what do you get if you cross a cow with an octopus? An immediate cessation of funding and a stern rebuke from the ethics committee. You'll be hearing from Jeff in HR. That's funny. Good, Danny. Glad to hear. James says Prince. KMAC Project says Elton John. Kim says Justin Bieber. Hey, Carmen, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Alfredo says, could be Elton John. Any more guesses? Hey, Anthony, how are you? Hey, eating some pizza? Nothing wrong with that. Carmen. Okay, sorry about that. Carmen, welcome in. All right. So I don't think anybody got this answer. I would have never. I know who this is, but I would have never guessed this. The answer is Kesha, who I've heard of. So Kesha wrote songs for Ariana Grande, Miley Cyrus, Britney Spears, and Alice Cooper. All right, this next question is hard for me. I don't even know who this is, but where's Barry when you need him? Barry probably knows all of these answers. All right, next question. Before Bleachers and Fun, Jack Antonoff fronted what band? Before Bleachers and Fun, Jack Antonoff fronted what band? Hey guys, Cal's eating the calamari. Hello to Angela, Troy, Ann, Alfredo, Todd, Sock. Hey guys, welcome in. I know, Larry. I don't know. I'm just reading the I'm just reading the question off of the internet. You can't believe everything that's on the internet, right? Calvin, what are you doing? Licking my couch like a weirdo? Does anybody else's dog lick their couch too? We'll put, oops, that's two. Making Cal a little bit bigger. There we go. Rebecca got it right. Steel train. Nice. Hey, Ari's World, welcome in. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. Your sister's dog licks pillows and couches? Yeah, it's kind of weird. All right, next question. All right, before Miley Cyrus recorded Wrecking Ball, it was offered to which singer? Before Miley Cyrus recorded Wrecking Ball, it was offered to which singer? Alfredo says Shakira. The KMAC Project says Beyonce. Ari's World says Taylor Swift. Kim says Beyonce. We got 22 in the house. They are tough. I'm reading them right off the internet. I don't want to say what website I got it from because I don't want you guys. Well, I mean, I guess you guys could technically look it up, but I want to make it hard for you guys. I will say this though: somebody has the correct answer. So, if you look at the answers that have been said, and you haven't given an answer, you may want to copy somebody. You have a good chance of getting it right. All right, another 20 seconds. Well, guess what, Sock? You are right. The answer is Beyonce. The song was offered to Beyonce, but she turned it down. Calvin puts the cal in calamari. Yeah, you're right. All right, which artist's entire 1985 Live Aid set consisted of just a single cover song? Which artist's entire 1985 Live Aid set consisted of just a single cover song? Hey, Casino Slots JJ, welcome in. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate it. Yep, Alfredo, you're right. Kim says Willie Nelson. Anthony says Cyndi Lauper. KMAC Project says Elton John. Alfredo says Freddie Mercury. Thank you, Troy. Appreciate that. Super nice. Does anybody know the answer? I don't see it so far. All right, I'll give you guys another 30 seconds. Sock Monkey says John Lennon. All right, well, guess what? We have a correct answer. Kevin from Hiking with Jackie Boy says Paul McCartney. Allison says Bono. The answer is Elvis Costello. Nice, Todd. You got it correct. I would have never guessed that. These are really hard. I'll be honest. So far, if I were to try to guess the answers to these questions, maybe I would have gotten 2. Maybe not, actually. Maybe not even 1. Okay, another hard one. What rock icon was the founder of the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Long-Haired Men? What rock icon was the founder of the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Long-Haired Men? That's bizarre. Where are you going? I'm stumping you. Sorry. Yeah, these are hard. Aries World says Axl Rose. Kim Stahl says John Bon Jovi. James Juristi says Ted Nugent. KMAC Project says, all right, I'll start giving some hints. I will say that it's an iconic rocker, and so you guys, when I give you the answer, every single one of you, I would guess, will have heard of this person. I will say he is not American. How about that? He's not born in America. He's born across the pond. I'll give you guys a few hints. I mean, not that I know a ton about this person, but I know a few. All right, we got a few answers coming in. Hey, M, how are you? Welcome in. Calvin's ready for bed. Ann says Ozzy. Hiking with Jackie Boy says David Bowie. James says Ozzy. Any other guesses before I give you the answer? Yeah, hit that thumbs up, everybody. I see 30 thumbs up, 23 in the house. I appreciate everybody coming in, considering that this was a complete last-minute impromptu thing. So I appreciate that. You think Cal's a rock star? Oh, I appreciate that. All right, well, somebody got the answer correct, and that person was Hiking with Jackie Boy. The answer is David Bowie. Nice job, Kevin. So you guys learned something new, that there's a society against the cruelty of long-haired men. Now you know. Okay. I think some of you guys will get this one. Keith Moon and John Entwistle of The Who are said to have inspired the name of which other classic rock band? Keith Moon and John Entwistle of The Who are said to have inspired the name of which other classic rock band? Oh, Angela got it before you? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I missed that. Well, nice job to both of you. Really, really good. Hiking with Jackie Boy says, the Guess Who. Rebecca says, Led Zeppelin. Calvin, do you want to go into the covers? Is that what you're telling me? This is what it's like with the Boston Terrier, people. There's Calvin underneath the blue blanket. Ah, Troy, thank you so much. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. You think the Guess Who is before the Who? All right, any other guesses? He's still cooking. Oh, good. That ribeye is going to taste great. Min Pins, get under the blanket. Calvin loves to be under the blanket. I'll at least see if I can get his head, his little head. There he is, right there. Like he'll literally hit my arm and say, "Hey, I want under the covers." That'll be you soon, under the blankets, fast asleep, Allison. That's funny. Hey, you know what? You do what you have to do. All right. Any last guesses before I give the answer? Mrs. Adventure Angela says Adam Ant. After party beverage. Ari's World. How about during the party beverage? Thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate that. You guys are way too kind. All right, we have a correct answer, by the way. So the answer is Led Zeppelin. So Keith Moon and John Entwistle of The Who are said to have inspired the name of which other classic rock band? And that answer is Led Zeppelin. All right, Todd Saw, if you don't get this answer correct, you need to leave the live stream based on a conversation that you had with me via text, I don't know, a few weeks ago. All right. In The Big Lebowski, the dude can't stand which band? In The Big Lebowski, the dude can't stand which band? All right, no problem, Aries. Well, thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it, buddy. You enjoy your evening. Oh, come on, Todd. You got to know this. You said you've seen this movie about 100 times. In The Big Lebowski, the dude can't stand which band? Hey, Just Susan, welcome. We have an answer. We've got the Eagles. Rebecca says New Kids on the Block. Any other answers? Todd, so I'm just messing with you, by the way. If you don't know it, it's okay. Troy from Adventure America says the Backstreet Boys. I'll give you guys another few seconds to put in your answer. James says Talking Heads. I love the Talking Heads. They're such a good band. All right. You haven't seen the movie? I'm sure Todd can let you borrow it, Sock. All right, the answer is the Eagles. Susan got it correct. He is very comfy, Susan. Yeah, he's digging it. Susan got it correct. Nice job, Susan. The answer is the Eagles. All right, next question. Who founded Motown Records? Who founded Motown Records? Just Susan loves that movie. Oh, Todd, no worries. The last question was a Big Lebowski question. And I said, Todd Saw needs to get this one right. You've only seen the movie a million times. But James Juristi says Gordy. Anthony Chihuahua says Marvin Gaye. Any other answers? Want me to read the clue again? I'll read the clue again. The clue is who founded Motown Records. The one before that, Todd, the one that you must have missed was in The Big Lebowski, the dude can't stand which band. That was the question. This clue is who founded Motown Records. Angela says Berry Gordy Jr. James said Gordy. Rebecca says Gordy. Any other answers? All right, not seeing any. You guys are correct. It's Berry Gordy. He founded Motown Records. Oh crap! I like this question, and I don't think I would have known this, but I think some of you are going to know this. Before Phil Collins, who was the lead singer of Genesis? Before Phil Collins, who was the lead singer of Genesis? Yeah, Calvin, Danny, Calvin fell asleep. Well, he's resting. He's right here. He thought the Eagles were sellouts, too commercialized. I knew you would get that answer, Todd. Too bad you weren't here for the question, but it's all good. They are hard. Ooh, Barry's in the house. Welcome, Barry. Good to see you, my friend. I'll repeat the question. Before Phil Collins, who was the lead singer of Genesis? Sledgehammer. I love that song. Yes, Barry is correct. The answer is Peter Gabriel. Rebecca says, I only know of Phil Collins. I like Phil Collins too. All right, next question. What was Madonna's first top 10 hit? What was Madonna's first top 10 hit? Kim says Vogue. Barry says L space A space V. Like a Virgin. I got it. Sorry, Barry. I'm a little slow. Like what? L space. All right, so we got Like a Virgin, Vogue, Like a Virgin, Like a Virgin. Todd says Material Girl. Any other guesses? Calvin, what's your guess? Huh? Any other guesses coming in? Hey, Lexi, welcome back. All right, 30 seconds to get your answers in. Todd Saw says borderline after saying Material Girl. James Juristi says holiday. All right, 10 seconds. Lexi says, what's the question? The question is, what was Madonna's first top 10 hit? You're just naming songs you remember? That's cool. Not a big Madonna person. Gotcha. All right, well, somebody did give the correct answer, and that person was James Juristi. The answer is Holiday. That was her first top 10 hit. Hey, Kenny Frank, welcome. Welcome into the chat, into the live stream. Appreciate you being here. All right, next question. Okay, what rock star moonlights as a horror movie writer and director? What rock star moonlights as a horror movie writer and director? Allison Moore puts in her answer, Rob Zombie. Angela, Rob Zombie. Ann says, yep. Lexi says, Rob. $21 in the house, 31 thumbs up. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it. Any other guesses? Going once? Going twice? Kim says she'll go with Rob Zombie. And that is the correct answer. Nice job, Rob Zombie. Moonlights as a horror movie writer and director. Okay, next question. What film did The Clash's Joe Strummer direct starring some of his bandmates? What film did The Clash's Joe Strummer direct starring some of his bandmates? Take care, Danny. Have a good night. Oh, you love all his movies, Allison? That's cool. I had no idea that he directed horror movies, actually. It's kind of cool. This question that I just asked is very hard. I would never have gotten this. Let's see if anybody knows it again. What film did The Clash's Joe Strummer direct starring some of his bandmates? Lexi, why are you sad? All right, we're going to skip that question. It's way too hard. I'm not seeing any answers. I'm going to guess this one's a little hard. But the answer was Cops and Robbers. That's the answer. All right, I think this one's doable. This next question. Eminem's 8 Mile is named after a road in which city? Eminem's 8 Mile is named after a road in which city? Oh, I'm sorry, Lexi. I'm sorry to hear that. All right, James says Detroit, Allison Detroit, Kim Detroit, Kenny Detroit, Troy, Adventure America says Detroit. Angela says Detroit. Kim says or Warren. Lexi says Detroit. Hey, Brooks, welcome in. Brooks says Detroit also. Yeah, that was a layup, a softball. You guys got that correct. Congrats. Nice job, everybody. Okay, next question. Who was Marvin Gaye's duet partner? Who was Marvin Gaye's duet partner? Lexi says she doesn't know. Marvin Gaye's duet partner. James says Tammy Cheryl. Kim says Aretha with the question mark. Todd saw, my friend from Detroit says, it's where you leave the same way you came in, naked, bloody, and screaming. Oh, okay, no problem, Allison. Thank you for being here. You have a great night. Hope you sleep well. Take care. Yes, Lexi, he's kind of, well, his eyes are open, but he's resting and snoring. Angela says it's Tammy Terrell. Oh, thanks, Kenny. Yeah, it's a great group. A lot of folks in this live stream are very good supporters and part of our community, and really great people. So thank you for being here. I appreciate that. Yeah, Calvin is definitely snoring with his eyes open. It's peaceful. All right, the answer to that question is Tammy Terrell. Congratulations. I think Angela got that. All right, next question. Paul McCartney credits which artist with teaching him everything he knows? Paul McCartney credits which artist with teaching him everything he knows? How's the? I'm assuming the sound and the video quality is fine. It looks good on my end. I'm watching on a laptop, and it looks pretty good. But Todd says Chuck Berry. Kim says John Lennon. James says Elvis. Sock says Little Richard. Thanks, Troy. Appreciate it. Troy says looks and sounds good. Yep. Thank you. I appreciate that. Lexi says Chuck Berry. Ann says good. Calvin loves this right here. All right, the answer is we have a winner. Let me see how many people said it. I think only one person said it. Sock Monkey, you are correct. It was Little Richard. Nice job. Okay, let's see how many of you are up on your recent current events with musicians. Who is Kendrick Lamar's diss track Not Like Us about? Who is Kendrick Lamar's diss track Not Like Us about? He's soft, Lexi. Not fluffy, but soft. He's got very soft hair. Brooke says me. Sock says he doesn't know. Hey, Tommy John, welcome. Silky. Yeah, he's very silky and soft. All right, take care, Lexi. Have a good night. Okay, I'll repeat the question. Who is Kendrick Lamar's diss track Not Like Us about? This one I knew, just because I'm aware of their feud. Mrs. Adventure, Angela says Tom McDonald. I'll give you guys a hint. This person is the person that he has that he dissed he's another rapper, and he's not from the United States. He was born in Canada. Let's see if that helps. And his real name is Aubrey. His real first name, I should say. Hey, Barry says duck. I think I know what you mean by that, Barry. Is that's another that's a good hint. If that's what you're doing, Barry, it's a great hint. So I'm right. You were given a hint. So Barry's hint. There's a snack brand that has a duck on its packaging. Anybody know it? It's another name. It's a snack brand. That's another hint. So the first hint was rapper from Canada, real name Aubrey, and the second hint is Barry's, which is duck. I like it. And the third hint is there's a snack brand named after this artist. Kim, thank you. All right, I thought maybe with those hints you'd get it. So I'm sure you guys have heard of him. His name is Drake, the Canadian rapper. All right, I think this is a good one. I think some of you guys will get this. What artists made up the supergroup, the Traveling Wilburys? What artist made up the supergroup, the Traveling Wilburys? Yep, exactly. I like it, Barry. Okay, Brooke says Tom Petty. Barry says Lynn Orbison, Petty, Harrison. Any others? Brooke says Petty. Harrison says Orbison, Petty, Harrison. James says Petty, Orbison, Lynn, Harrison. Angela says Petty, Dylan, Orbison. Barry says Bob Dylan. I'm assuming you're adding him to your list of 4. Sock says he thinks Kevin is right. Any other guess? Sock says Bob was in for sure. All right. Take care, James. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. So, you guys, everybody who gave answers, all the people you said are correct. They were all in the Traveling Wilburys, but there were technically 5 in the group, and I think Barry got them all after adding Bob Dylan. Whoa, did I just buffer? Am I good? So the 5 are Petty, Jeff Lynne, Orbison, George Harrison, and Bob Dylan. That's your answers. Next question. Who was the first woman ever inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Who is the first woman ever inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Yeah, it's a little bit tough. You know what, Anthony? It kind of makes you think, right? Barry says Janis Joplin. Any other guess? Kim Stahl says Stevie Nicks. Angela agrees with Barry. Lexi says she's back. You can't fall asleep. Well, sometimes it's hard to fall asleep, but hopefully you can get to sleep soon. Hiking with Jackie Boy says Aretha Franklin. Lexi, the question was, who is the first woman inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? All right, we'll give you another 20 seconds. All right, not seeing any more answers. All right, there is a correct answer. And that answer is Aretha Franklin. Hiking with Jackie Boy got it correct. Nice job, Kevin. Lexi said it too afterwards. Nice. Next question. Which famous acoustic artist tragically died in a plane crash while piloting his own plane in 1997? Which famous acoustic artist tragically died in a plane crash while piloting his own plane in 1997? Answer, John Denver. Sock said John Denver. Brooke says John Denver. Hiking with Jackie Boy, John Denver. Any other answers? Calvin, you're very, you look very, very comfortable here. Lexi says John Denver. You guys are correct. John Denver is the answer. All right, next question. All right, Paul McCartney and John Lennon wrote which Rolling Stones song? Paul McCartney and John Lennon wrote which Rolling Stones song? Distracted by Steak? I don't blame you. It sounds, I think you should, that's a better deal. This is a tough question. Anybody know the answer to this one? Paul McCartney and John Lennon wrote which Rolling Stones song? The question was, Paul McCartney and John Lennon wrote which Rolling Stones song? Sock says Brown Sugar. Kevin says I Want to Be Your Man. Anybody else? Troy says Angie. It's a good song. All right. We do have a correct answer, and that is I Want to Be Your Man. So nice job, Kevin. You got that one right. All right, let's find a couple of questions that some of these I'm like, eh. All right, this one's pretty good. Believe it or not, Jimi Hendrix only had one top 40 hit. Which song was it? Believe it or not, Jimi Hendrix only had one top 40 hit. Which song was it? Hey, Bruce, welcome in. Adventure America says the Star Spangled Banner. Brooke says, hey, Joe. Anthony says, Kiss the Sky. Ann says, the Watchtower. Kevin says, All Along the Watchtower. Sock says, Purple Haze. Any other answers? Lexi says Purple Haze. Brooke says all those songs should have been #1 hits. I don't disagree. Those were all good tunes that you guys mentioned. But the one that did reach that status was All Along the Watchtower. So we had a few people said it. Ann said it. Hiking with Jackie Boy. Is that it? Just those two? Yep. Nice job. All right, next question. All right, let's see. Who is the only country artist to have a top 20 hit on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart for 6 straight decades? Who is the only country artist to have a top 20 hit on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart for 6 straight decades? Ah, nice, Kim. Were you on the last live stream that I had? So I accidentally busted Cal's mug. I was taking a picture for a thumbnail. I had it on the table, and I hit the table with my like the corner of the leg with my leg or whatever, and part of the gimbal that I was using, and the mug rolled right off the table and shattered all over my kitchen floor into a bazillion pieces. It was real fun. Real fun trying to clean that up. So I'm kind of bummed, and now I have to order a new mug at some point. Oh, you saw the stream? Okay, yeah. Oh, let's see what we got for answers. Okay. We've got George Strait from the K-Mac Project, Sock. Anthony says Waylon Jennings. Barry says Dolly Parton. Troy says Johnny Cash. Ann says good guess. Hiking with Jackie Boy says Roy a cup. Hi, Oreo Pro. Welcome in. Kim says she'll go with Dolly Parton. I should make that cracked mug into an actual... Oh, you mean on the from the thumbnail? That's not a bad idea. Maybe I'll do that at some point. Maybe the next iteration of my design. Because I think it looks kind of cool, actually, as well. Oh, thanks, Troy. Appreciate that. All right, the answer is Dolly Parton. Congratulations, Barry. You got that one correct. Nice job. Kim also said it. Way to go. All right, next question. Art Garfunkel initially declined to sing one of Simon and Garfunkel's biggest hits solo. Which song is it? Art Garfunkel initially declined to sing one of Simon and Garfunkel's biggest hits solo. Which song is it? Okay, Lexi, you have a good night too. KMAC Project says Pooh Corner. Wrong guys. Troy says Sound of Silence. Sock says wrong guys. Okay. Barry says Bridge Over Troubled Waters. Any other guesses? Wow, it's amazing how fast time flies when you're having fun. We've been on for an hour already. I feel like we're just been on. Todd says Bridge Over Troubled Water, the only one I know from them. Kim says, I love some of their music, but can't think of the names of their songs. Troy says, I have to change my answer now. Barry said Bridge Over Troubled Waters. I'll go with Barry. Oh, me too, Ann. I love that version. I love that song, and I love Simon and Garfunkel's version, but I actually love Disturbed's version better. David Draymond's voice is just like amazing. It doesn't even, just the talent he has with this vocal range is crazy. I like 22 by Taylor Swift also. That's a great tune, Lexi. All right, well, Troy, I will say this. Good call changing your answer to Barry's answer, because no surprise, Barry got it correct. The answer is Bridge Over Troubled Water. Todd also got it correct. So nice job, guys. All right, next question. All right, next question. What other legendary vocalist is a cousin of Whitney Houston? What other legendary vocalist is a cousin of Whitney Houston? That's right, Troy. I agree. I've already said if I were to do like a real trivia contest, I'm summoning Barry to come be on my team. All right, Lexi, no problem. Yeah, if you're tired, you should definitely go to bed. But thank you for coming in. We appreciate it. Barry says Dionne Warwick. Troy says Dionne Warwick. Oh, good night, Anthony. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate that. Angela says Dionne Warwick. Sock Monkey says Warwick. Kim says Dionne Warwick. Take care, Lexi. All right, you guys rocked that one. You guys are correct. Dionne Warwick is the correct answer. Nice job. Oh, this is a great question. I didn't know the answer to this, but I like it. Okay, the day the music died refers to the tragic deaths of which artists? In quotations, quote, the day the music died, end quote, refers to the tragic deaths of which artists? Kevin says Buddy Holly. Troy says Richie Valens, The Big Bopper, Buddy Holly. Sock says Yeppers, Buddy Holly. Todd says Big Bopper, Buddy Holly, and some other dude. I'm just picturing you saying it like that too, Todd. I'm like laughing over here. Oh God, I love you guys. You guys make me laugh. Oh man, so awesome. Brooks Steele says Buddy Holly, Richie called. I'm gonna guess that was a typo, but that's okay. Barry says Buddy Holly and the Big Bopper and Richie Valens. All right, so you guys got most of them. You got them all. My bad. There was only 3. Yes, the answer: Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper. I remember that only from watching the movie La Bamba, which was really good. I like that movie. That was a really good movie. All right, next question. Oh, okay, this is interesting. I didn't know this one at all. Okay, what singer is known as, quote, the vocal Bible, end quote? What singer is known as, quote, the vocal Bible, end quote? Ooh, wee, ooh, I look just like Buddy Holly. Oh, I know Mary Tyler Moore. I don't care what they say about us anyway. I don't care about that. It's a good tune, if anybody knows what I'm singing. I remember in the movie that there was somebody who gave up their seat on the plane for Richie Valens. Wasn't that the yep, Weezer. That's what I was singing, correct. Troy says he knows that song. Yeah, Weezer. I love Weezer when they first came out. I mean, I still like them now, but I really like that first album. All right, but the original question was, what singer is known as the vocal Bible? Any answers? Hey, WSTNVR. How old is Calvin? Calvin is 5 years old. And sorry that he's not more alert, but he seems to be very comfortable laying down today. Todd Saw says Brandy. It was Waylon that gave up his seat? Okay. I couldn't remember who it was. I just remember that's what happened, though. All right, Todd Saw, you got the question correct. It is Brandy. Brandy is known as the vocal Bible. All right, let's find. I'm trying to find a good question here. Give me a second. Okay, this is a cool question. What video beat Thriller for Video of the Year at the first ever MTV Video Music Awards? What video beat Thriller for Video of the Year at the first ever MTV Video Music Awards? Wow, that's crazy. The fact that something beat that is just nuts to me, because that video, I mean, everybody remembers watching Thriller for the first time, right? That was just amazing. Oh, at Offspring? I love Offspring. They're good. A lot of that music was really big when I was in college. If I said the word treat, is that what you're saying, Todd? If I said the word treat, what does that mean to you, Calvin? He's not even moving for that. Wow. Barry says, you might think from the Cars. Kim says, yeah, that vid was awesome. It was great. It was an amazing video. It was literally like watching like a short movie. It was crazy. Troy says, Money for Nothing. Come Out and Play, yes, by the Offspring. That's a great... Gotta keep them separated. Yeah. I love that tune. West Never says, is it bad? My dog is taking over the house. He flipped me over his back the other day. That's what they do. The dogs rule the roost. Oh, guys, look, Calvin's little tongue is sticking out. Isn't that cute? All right, well, the answer to that question is You Might Think by the Cars. You might think I'm foolish. So I don't remember the video, Barry. Maybe you can enlighten us. Like, what was really good about that video? Was there some kind of cool like effects in it or something? Gotta keep them Calvinated. Motley's bossing you guys right now. Let me guess. He's looking for a little piece of steak, right? Why is everyone mod? Because these are my peeps. These folks are part of my community. They've been following me for a long time, and they're really good people. All right, so Barry got that question right. All right, this next question is really easy, but I'll ask it because I feel like all these other ones are pretty hard. Okay, Foo Fighters frontman David Grohl was formerly a drummer of which famous grunge band? This one's easy. I think a lot of you guys will get this one. Oh, you followed us for a week? Okay. So if you come back and, once I get to know you and you fit in, then you'll get a mod. But I don't give out mods on really right at the beginning. But anyways, yeah. But if we see you more frequently and all that, we'll give you a mod too. Adventure America says Nirvana. Kim says Nirvana. Todd says, so said Google. Okay, so Todd says the Cars video featuring quirky special effects and a Godzilla-sized lead singer was a surprise winner over the iconic and cinematic thriller. Even the presenter, Eddie Murphy, appeared shocked. Ah, okay, interesting. Cool. That's good. All right, the answer is Nirvana. That was too easy. Nice job on that. Oh, I like this question. Okay, this question. Taylor Swift's Eras Tour is the highest grossing concert tour by a woman. Who had the second highest grossing concert tour by a woman? Taylor Swift's Eras Tour is the highest grossing concert tour by a woman. Who had the second highest grossing concert tour by a woman? Man, that's a mouthful to say. Kim says Beyonce. Hey, Boondocking with Dennis. I just realized something. Oops. Hold up. So we got some Beyoncés coming in. Dennis is in the house. Dennis, we're just doing a little music trivia here. Just having fun, chatting, nothing serious. Calvin's not very social this evening, but he's got his little tongue sticking out that you guys can see. All right, so any other answers? I only see Beyonce. I'll read the question one more time. Taylor Swift's Eras Tour is the highest grossing concert tour by a woman. Who had the second highest grossing concert tour by a woman? So how about this? I will give you guys a hint. Beyonce is not the correct answer. But the hint I will give you is this woman has a color in her name. Troy says Whitney Houston. All right, Todd. If you say so. All right, Wes Never, you've now become a mod. Thanks to my buddy Todd. Barry is correct. Hiking with Jackie Boy is correct. Have a good night, Dennis. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate it. Kim says pink. Todd says Martha White. The answer is pink. I love Pink. I think she's so talented. I like her persona too. She's just like kind of like a tell you like it is kind of gal, and I love it. And she's talented too. I think she's got a great voice. All right. Oh God. This is a cool question. What singer was born Georgios Kyriakos Panayiotou? I can't even pronounce it. What singer was born Georgios Kyriakos Panayiotou? Who had good cornbread mix? That's funny. Wouldn't that be Martha Stewart, though, and not Martha White? Ooh, it sounded good. The way Troy said he was going to put that in a pan with some butter, I bet you it was delicious. Maybe he goes by George. He might, Kim. I think you guys can get this. What singer was born Georgios Kyriakos Panayiotou? That last word I can't really say. Angela says Pavarotti. Todd Saw says, I know the answer, but you're not saying because you looked it up. That's okay. I mean, it's all good. This is all for fun. Go ahead, Todd. Say it. Todd Saw says yes. 2 first names. I'll give you another hint. You got to have faith in your answer. Thanks, Troy. Yeah, he's super relaxed right now. Ann says George Michael. I love playing with Calvin's ears. He likes it too. He lets me do that. Yep, Wham, George Michael. You guys got it correct. Nice job. All right, let's see. Trying to find a good question here. All right, this is cool. As a child, what singer held the longest note ever on Star Search? As a child, what singer held the longest note ever on Star Search? Oh, that's interesting. Wham was the first cassette you bought? Yeah, some dogs like it, Troy, and others don't want you to touch it at all. But yeah, Calvin likes it. Calvin's very receptive of me. I I think it's relaxing to him. Ann says Britney Spears. I do this to his ears a lot. All right, any other answers? Let's see. Question was, as a child, what singer held the longest note ever on Star Search? I'll read it again. The question is, as a child, what singer held the longest note ever on Star Search? I'll give you guys a hint, a couple of hints. Barry says Ed McMahon. Okay, the two hints are he is a coach on The Voice, or was. He might not be now, but he's been a coach on The Voice. And his name is the same as somebody who might escort you to your seat at a theater or a sporting arena. Wake me up before you go, 'cause I'm not planning on going solo. Barry says Usher. Angela says Usher. Troy says Usher. Sock says Usher. Can I try your favorite song? It's from Jujutsu Kaisen named Specials. I'm not sure I know that song, and we're just playing some trivia right now, so I'm sorry that I don't know that one. All right, Todd, enjoy your race. Yeah, we're not going to be on much longer. We've been on for 82 minutes. We'll go about an hour and a half. We'll go about another 8 or 9 minutes or so and wrap it up. It's already 11 p.m. here, but time flies when you're having fun. All right, that question's way too early. All right, I like this question. What was the first rap single to hit the Billboard Top 40? What was the first rap single to hit the Billboard Top 40? I knew this answer. Anybody want to take a guess at that one? What was the first rap single to hit the Billboard Top 40? Troy says, Ice Ice Baby. Sock says, you have seen my album, so a bunch of these are not on your radar. Angela says, Push It. Kim says, Ice Ice Baby. Yeah, and Calvin is kind of snoring with his eyes open. Radar spelled backwards is radar. It wouldn't be a live stream unless Barry is slipped in a palindrome somewhere. Any other guesses before I give you the answer? Let me see if I can give you... all right, so the name of the group, here's the hint. Most people put this in their coffee. Hey, Audra, welcome in. Did you just get here? Look at Audra just coming right in and saying, yeah, it was Rapper's Delight. And guess what? She's correct. It is Rapper's Delight by the Sugar Hill Gang. Welcome in, Audra. Good to see you. Audra came in like guns blazing. She's like, I'm just going to come in and blurt out the answer. I love it. Welcome in, Audra. I hope you're having a good night. All right, I like this one. Which guitar icon's mom was a designer for the likes of John Lennon, Ringo Starr, David Bowie, Linda Ronstadt, and the Pointer Sisters? Which guitar icon's mom was a designer for the likes of John Lennon, Ringo Starr, David Bowie, Linda Ronstadt, and the Pointer Sisters? Good. I'm glad you're having a great night. Barry says Slash. Kim says Slash. Probably not, but he is good. Oh, Slash is an awesome guitarist. There's no doubt about it. Troy says Zakk Wylde. Any other guesses? Angela says Randy Rhoads. Audra says, now that I am here, had to order my sister something. And she says Randy Rhoads. Okay. Cool. Any other guesses? Hey, William Bonney, welcome in. That's okay. Thank you for stopping in. No worries. You're never late. Yeah, Calvin is kind of knocked out. He's just sort of, he's just like, I'm done. All right, so we have a correct answer, and it is Slash by Guns N' Roses. So Barry and Kim both got that correct. All right, cool. Couple more questions, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Okay, this will be fun. What languages does Shakira speak? What languages does Shakira speak? I'll tell you how many she speaks. She speaks 6 languages. Can you name them? Shakira speaks 6 languages. Can you name them? Crazy, huh? 6. I'm like happy I can speak 1.5. Part 3 coming soon. Barry says Portuguese, Spanish, English, French, German, Pig Latin. Kim says Portuguese, Japanese, English, Spanish. I have to actually look up the answer. I don't remember. Let me look at Barry's answers. Barry has... Barry, you got 4 right. 4 out of your 6 are correct. Kim, 3 out of your 4 are correct. Audra says what Barry said. English, Spanish, what Barry said. Troy, thank you. You're so awesome. Way too kind, man. Appreciate that. All right. So Barry's got 4 right. Let's see if you can get the other 2. So Portuguese, Spanish, English, and French are correct. Let's see if you guys can guess the other 2. William says English, Colombian, Spanish, Portuguese. I'm pretty sure Colombian and Spanish, well, there's no language called Colombian, but they speak Spanish there. But yes, you got 3 of them, William. Kim says Russian. That's a good guess, but no. Barry says Italian. That is the 5th language. That is correct. Oh, thank you, Cher Bear. I appreciate you stopping in. You have a great night, too. We're missing 1. So Italian is the 5th language. Ah, Audra, thank you so much. That's all good. This is all fun, William. We're just teasing. I'm so glad you could be here. Yeah, we're just having a good time. All right, who can get that 6th language? I'll give you guys a hint. It is not a Latin-based language. Nope, it's not German. Kim says an African language. Audra says Polish. William says Mandarin. Nope. It definitely has a very unique alphabet, I will say. It's a very, very popular language. It's probably a top, if I had to guess, probably a top like 5 language. Not Greek. Nope, that's a good guess though. Troy says Hangul. Audra says Russian. Nope. We're not dropping this question until you guys get it. Somebody's going to get it. Not Russian. Nope. Ding, ding, ding. We got a winner. William Bonney. It is Arabic. Nice job. All right. We have over our time. Let's find one last question, and then we're going to end this. Ooh, I like this question, and I know this answer. I would have known this answer, I should say. Obviously, I can see the answer, but I would have known it if somebody asked me the question. Okay, the final question of the night. Jared Leto is the frontman of what band? Jared Leto, who's an actor, is the frontman for which band? Oh, cool, William. I didn't know that. Nice. Barry said sign language. She might know that too. And if she does, then she knows 7 languages. Angela says 30 seconds to Mars. William Bonney says 30 seconds to Mars. Adventure America says 30 seconds to Mars. I think Calvin is about I think Calvin is about 30 seconds to Mars. Oh my God. I've never seen him this chill on a live stream ever. The Kill is one of your favorite songs. So 30 Seconds to Mars, like, they're just okay to me. But Jared Leto is like super talented by far. Barry says Subway, eat fresh. Oh, Barry, you freaking kill me, man. You get your information from Mrs. or from Mars? He's definitely tired. Look at the tongue. Go gadget tongue. All right, one bonus question. That was way easier than I thought. All right, one more. All right, one more. All right, I'm trying to find a really good one. All right, this is a good question. You'll have to think, you'll have to kind of do the lyrics in your head. All right, what smells are described in Don't Stop Believing? What smells are described in Don't Stop Believing? I'm booping it. You're welcome, Audra. Audra says perfume. Barry says wine and cheap perfume. 30 seconds to Mars. What are you all riding in? Ooh, that's a great question, Barry. I don't know if anything, like something that travels at the speed of light. Is there anything? Yes, Barry is correct, and so are the rest of you guys who said it afterwards. But yes, the smell of wine and cheap perfume. All right, guys, this was a lot of fun. Thank you guys for joining us in a last-minute live stream. We didn't have anything going on. Thought it would be fun to hang out. 95 minutes later, 16 still in the house, 45 thumbs up. Thank you so much for the gifts and for all the super chats. Really, really appreciate that. It is 11:11. Make a wish, everybody. 11:11 on the East Coast. Troy, thank you, man. You don't have to apologize, Audra. Thank you. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. I thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Hope you guys have a good rest of your Saturday. We'll see what tomorrow brings. It's supposed to be a nice day here again today. Well, maybe we'll go live again in the afternoon. We'll see what the day brings us. But I want to thank everybody for coming in. Calvin wants to thank you guys for coming in. Right, Calvin, I'm going to get you up just for a second. Look at the camera. He's like, don't bother me. All right, guys. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you soon. Take care.